Welcome back guys. In today's video, we'll be interacting with views. More specifically, we are going to create a UI and then interact with those views. First, let's open our build.gradle file and let us activate view binding. So we type build features and then inside of that bracket we type view binding equals true. After that, change your compile SDK from 34 to 35. Next, open your main activity.kt file. Erase everything in the onCreate function except the super.onCreate and the set content view. Now let's initialize our binding variable. If you don't understand what are we doing in this part, go to episode 3 where we explain view binding and you will understand it. After that, let's go to our XML file and create our user interface. 2 text views, one for the title, one for displaying information. For edit text, one for the first name, one for the last name, one for the age, one for the country, one button to submit the information.
Listen to that. How can she make a song written by a machine sound so beautiful, so beautiful?
Inside the onCreate function we should call the button first, so we type main_binding.theButton ID. And then we use the setOnClickListener method which allows the button to do things every time we have a button in our application. We use the setOnClickListener method, the one with the brackets. And then inside that bracket we add the code of what our button is gonna do when clicked. Now inside of it we fetch what the user inputted inside the edit texts and put it inside some immutable variables. Now let's explain that code. Here, we create the immutable variable. Next we call our main binding, the ID of our edit text. And then we use .text which will fetch the user input. So in this line we are telling the code to fetch what the user put in that edit text, and then put it in this variable. And then we do the same with all the other edit text inputs. Next we create an immutable variable called final message where we put all the inputs in one message. That is gonna be displayed in the end. Now let's break down this part of the code. First we create the immutable variable called final message. And then inside of it we have the list of the attribute and the variable that we created that captures what's inside of the edit texts. Next what we want to do is assign that message to the text view, and this is how we do it. We type main binding.the ID of our text view and then .text, and then we type equal and the variable final message that we created. Now let's break it down. In this line we called our text view. And then we told it to put final message as its text, which displayed the information. Now let's test it. Let's start the emulator and test the application. To start the emulator, click this play button. And there you have it. Our application works perfectly. We have our inputs here, and they displayed here after we click the apply button. And this concludes today's video. I hope you found it helpful. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.